Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Kaustubh Sharma, an AWS certified developer and solution architect. Today's video is going to be special as today my ex-colleague and friend Jyoti is joining this.
Hi Kaustubh. Hi everyone.
Yeah, hi Jyoti. So as in the previous video, we have installed the VS Code, that is Visual Studio Code. So we will do the working from there. As I told in the previous video itself that it already have the inbuilt command prompt attached to it, inbuilt terminal attached to it. So it will be very easy if you work through the VS Code. We also installed the extension of HashiCorp Terraform in the previous video. So we can start from there. So instead of going through what we can do, let me go to my documents folder, and what I will do, I will create a new folder. So for the creation of new folder there is a keyboard shortcut, Control Shift N. So it will automatically create a new folder. I will name it as Terraform, and I am creating this folder so that I can put all my Terraform files in this single folder. So now I will do, this is a context menu when you right click on the screen. So here you can see Visual Studio link is there. So what this will do, it will directly open this directory there, that is inside the Terraform folder. So just click on this, yes, I trust the authors. So here you can see we are in the Terraform folder. So let me start with the new file. So here is a icon for the creation of new file. So just click on that and let me name it as main.tf. So you can see it automatically detect it icon as Terraform. You can see this icon. So that Visual Studio Code automatically detect that is a Terraform file when you put the .tf extension. So .tf is extension for the Terraform file. So now you can go to search bar and search for Terraform registry and search for it. So Terraform registry is an official website of Terraform where they have put the all providers and modules which we can use for our creation of infrastructure. So what are the providers and modules? Let me just let it open and I will explain that. So I hope the installation of Terraform was easy and understandable, and you understand why we are adding that to the path variable, right?
Yes, everything is clear.
Yeah. So this is an official website of Terraform registry. So here you can see two options are there, browse providers and browse modules. So first we will see what are the providers here. So as discussed in the previous videos, Terraform is a tool we use for provisioning, maintaining and versioning the infrastructure safely and efficiently. So using these providers, Terraform can actually work with the existing and the popular service providers like AWS, GCP, Azure, as well as custom in-house solution which has been developed by HashiCorp itself. So a Terraform provider, what it is actually doing, it is basically responsible for understanding the API interactions or the exposing resources of these cloud service providers. So you just click on this browse providers. So here you can see there are multiple cloud providers available. So these providers are what? They are just the abstraction of the API. So if we just now I want to create an infrastructure on AWS, then I will use this provider. If I want to create infrastructure on Azure, then I will use this. Or you want to go on any of the GCP, Kubernetes or Alibaba. So there are multiple thousands of providers which you can use of. Okay. So currently we are using the AWS one. So let me select that. Just click on it. And here you can see a big blue button at the right hand side. So just click on this use provider. So here you can see there is a code given here. So just copy this code and paste it here in the main.tf. Okay. So I will explain you this code what it is.
Okay.
So it is saying that it is a Terraform block, and here we require these providers. Just in our case, we have written AWS, and its source means the Terraform can download it from this path HashiCorp/AWS, which is a HashiCorp marketplace from where it can download AWS Provider, and here is the version specified 4.8.0. So this is a provider version, not a Terraform version which we have discussed earlier. And also to make this provider available on Terraform, we have to do two things. One is to mention this in the Terraform file, and second is that we need to execute a Terraform init command. So what Terraform init command do, it will initialize the Terraform and download the any plugins which we needed for our provider. Also, if the plugin is already installed, then Terraform init command will not download the plugin again. Unless if you want to upgrade the version, then you can run the command Terraform init with the flag of upgrade. You can also optionally define the multiple configuration for the same providers and select which one to use as per your resource or as per your module basis. You can define like this, which the code is shown on your screen. Also in the Terraform blog, you can put required version settings which you can use to constrain which version of Terraform CLI can be used with your configuration. Okay, so if the running version of Terraform does not match the constraint or the condition which you specified, then Terraform will produce an error and exit without taking any of the further action. The value of the required version should be a string containing a comma separated list of constraints. Each constraint is an operator followed by the version number. Such as here in our example, we have put greater than equal to 0.12. Terraform changed drastically after this version, so generally we put like this, but you can put any of the conditions or any of the constraints here, like equal to get the exact version which you are specifying, or means whatever we generally put like exclamation mark equal to, which is version not equals to, greater than equal to. So you can put any of the conditions. And if you want to check the Terraform version, as I already showed, you can execute the command Terraform version simply, and it will show you that which version of Terraform you are using currently. And here in the provider AWS section, we have to provide our access key and secret access key, basically our credentials to log into that AWS account. Okay, so we can log into that AWS account. It's very similar to how we get login to normally to AWS account. Just like, let me go to the console of Amazon Web Service. So here you can see I am logging to my AWS account. So in while I am logging, I have to provide my credentials here. So similarly, that credential you have to provide here in this section, so that Terraform can log in on your behalf to your AWS account to create the infrastructure. I have already made a video on this, that how you can create a EC2 instance using AWS Management Console. So I will provide that link in the description, and you can find here in the I button as well as in the description. So let us see that how we can provide this credentials here. So before we move ahead, let me show you my AWS Management Console page. So suppose let me log into the US T1 region. You can use your nearest region as well, whatever region in which you are near to. You can use any region in which you want to provision your EC2 infrastructure or server. So I want to create my infrastructure in the US region. So I just selected it. So now go to the EC2 section. So now go to this instances. So as you can see, currently I don't have any instance in this region. So it is showing me nothing here. Let's start creating and provisioning an EC2 instance in this US East 1 region, and let's see how we can do that. So we already informed Terraform that we want to use AWS Cloud Provider. Basically, what it does, what this code perform does, it will download the AWS provider file. Right. Basically, Terraform can interact with any of the cloud service. Right. We have seen in this that it can interact with AWS, Azure, or GCP and anything else. So what the Terraform does, it just provide you a very small file. When you firstly download it, where we downloaded it at the C section in the program files, I guess.
Yeah.
So if you look at this file, it's of only 61 MB, right? But if they provide all the API interaction with the AWS, Azure, Kubernetes, then it will become a very big file. So what they have done, they have break it down into a different file. So whenever, just like I want to create only on the AWS, so I don't need API of Azure or Kubernetes right now, correct? I only want to interact with AWS only. So I need only the API of AWS. Okay, so when you mention it, it will download it when we run a Terraform init command, which we will see in the further section of the video. Now go to this terminal and let us check here also that Terraform is running from here as well or not. So you can see VS Code has a very good feature that it has integrated terminal here. You can write code here as well and you can execute your command in this terminal as well. So it will be a very good to work in this VS Code format. So if you just type command Terraform version, so you can see it's working fine and I'm getting the correct version here. Yeah, we are using the AWS provider. So we already copied this provider code. Now we have to provide the credentials to it. So just go to this documentation. Just click on this documentation part. And here you will find a section authentication and configuration. So one method is that in this provider section, which we already see that in this provider section, we have to pass our credentials, right? So you can directly pass the credential, that is your access key or secret access key, but it is not recommended method, especially in the case if you are working in an MNC or you are working on the production environment. You should never pass your credentials in a file, in a simple text format, right? So what you can do, we will use another method, which is this shared config and credential file. Okay.
Okay.
So just copy this shared config shared credential file and just click on this and just paste it. So when you create your AWS account, you also get the access key and the secret access key, which is basically your CLI credential. And how you can register for it, just go to your terminal and just type the command AWS configure and /profile test. Okay.
Okay. We can name it anything.
Yes,
right?
you can name in your profile anything. If you want to give it your name as well, you can give it that. This I give it as a test. Okay.
Okay.
And after that, you can see it is asking for the AWS access key. So you have to provide your AWS access key. So let me provide mine.
Yeah. So I just wanted to know one thing, like how we can get the access key.
Yeah. So you can get your access key whenever you create an AWS account. It will ask you to give, if you want that programmatic access, if you want to access AWS through CLI, then it will provide you a programmatic access for which AWS gives you an access key or secret access key. So even if you want to, just like you have created your AWS account, so if you want to get a new access key and secret access key, just go there and just click on this security credential. Okay.
Okay.
Here you can see in the AWS IAM credential tab, there is an option of create access key for CLI, SDK and API process. So just click on this create access key, and you can see the access key and the secret key access key is available, and this is the only time you can see your secret access key. If you just forget the secret access key, then it will be lost forever. Then you have to create another access key. Okay, so it is better to download this CSV file right now only, because this is the only single time you can download this file. Later you cannot download it. Okay, so let me just download it and just save it. So it's a CSV file, basically an Excel file. You can open this in Excel. So that file contain your both
access key and secret access key.
Yeah, right. So that file contain your access key and secret access key. So from there you can copy your access key and secret access key and just paste it here. Okay, just click on this and paste your secret key as well. I will blur my secret access key for the obvious reasons, and just press enter. Here in the default output formats, don't need to provide any input, just press enter, and you can see that your profile will be created. Okay, so how you can check that your profile is correctly created or not? What you can do, you can just go to your C drive, and in the C drive go to your username, that cost. So, and here you can see a .aws folder will be created after you created that profile. Okay, and if this is not visible to you, you can just go to this view section and just check this hidden item as well, because sometimes Windows automatically hides the folders which start from the dot. Okay, so just open this, and here you can see two files. One is for the configuration, and if you go to your credential file, so here you can see in the test profile section, here is your access key and your secret access key, right? So it got correctly configured.
Okay,
because AWS will use these files to check your account. Okay, this is how your AWS credential got stored. Okay, so now you have
one question.
Yes.
Okay, so you are saying we have the profile has been created. Okay, so what does the profile mean here?
Profile is nothing, just is your login credential. This is how you log in using the CLI command. One way to log into AWS account is using this management console, right? Where I have to provide my username and password. Another way to log into your AWS account is using CLI. So to log into CLI, you have to pass your credential, means here you have to pass your access key and secret access key. So which I am providing here. Okay, and that you have to provide to your Terraform as well, because Terraform also want to log in on your behalf to create that EC2 server, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So just now provide the path of this config and credential file. So you can see I have changed my config and credentials file location, and in the profile section, as I created the test profile, so just provide the test name. Okay, so this is how I configured the my login credential, so that Terraform can log in on my behalf to my account, and it will create the EC2 instance in this account. So okay, so now what you have to do, you have to remain in this same directory in which your file stays. And now you have to initialize the Terraform by using the command terraform init. So you can see it is initializing the backend, and it start installing the AWS provider which we have provided here, 4.8.0.
Okay.
So once it get installed, I will show you that what exactly it has done.
So one thing.
Mhm.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I am able to hear you. Yeah, Jyoti.
Yeah. So to run the Terraform,
Hmm.
it's required that we should have an account in any of the one service provider.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
On
we must have an account of AWS.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, we are
Okay.
just telling that we have full access to create infrastructure on this account. We are just providing the login credential. Okay. And we are telling the Terraform that you can create whatever I am telling you to create an infrastructure, you can create on this account. Okay. So here you can see it has installed the HashiCorp AWS provider, and it is also saying it is created a log file which is terraform.log.scl, which I already explained in my previous video that it has using state logging. So it is that file as well. And if you go to this Terraform provider registry, you can see there is an AWS executable file, right? So as I told previously, the Terraform doesn't download all the file when we first download it. When we first download it from this download page, it just download the basic 61 MB file, right? Because at that point of time, we haven't told Terraform that I want to interact with AWS or Azure or anything else. One thing they can have done it, they provide all the cloud providers API in a single file. But if they provide that, then this file become a very large file, okay, in GBs. So they provide a method by which we can mention our provider on which we want to work. You can mention here and it will download that API only, that provider only. So you can see only the AWS provider file got downloaded, and if you have included the Azure provider, then it will download that as well. Okay.
Okay.
So we have downloaded the AWS provider, and now what we can do, we can rename this file as a provider.tf. Okay.
That is for our convention only. Like we
Yes,
can
yes.
name it as simple also. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because I have mentioned my provider information here, so that's why I named this provider. And now I want to provision an EC2 instance, which is the basic motto of this video. So let me create a new file and name it as ec2.tf. So I created a new file ec2.tf. Now to provision that EC2 instance, you just here you can see a filter in the AWS documentation which we have gone through this section. Now here you can see there are many AWS. In fact, every AWS service is present here. So just like I want to create an EC2 instance, just go to this EC2 section, and in the here you will find an option of AWS underscore instance. So just click on this. Okay, so here is an basic example which we want to perform. Let me just copy it and then I will explain this, what basically this is. So just copy this and yeah, I pasted it here. So what it is doing, I am telling, just forget for a moment about this data section. Just first look in this resource section. So what I am telling Terraform that I have to create a resource. Which resource I want to create? I want to create an AWS instance, that is EC2 instance, which I locally name as web. So this name is only for the Terraform reference. Okay. So Terraform will recognize this resource as web, and I am telling that it's AMI. Basically, it's machine image, means the operating system in which I am using this. I am telling you have to find using data AWS AMI Ubuntu ID. Leave this section for a moment. Okay. And next section is instance underscore type T3 micro. So I am providing instance type here that I want to use T3 micro, and T3 micro is just a combination that how many memory and CPU I wanted. Okay.
Okay.
So it's an instance type. So I provided T3 micro. Let me change it T2 micro as it's a free tier eligible T2 micro. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm using T2 micro as an instance type, and I am telling that I want to tag my EC2 instance with the name tag and which has a value of hello world. Okay.
Yeah.
Now come to this AMI section. That I am telling that you have to go to this data section. Okay, so it will find this data section with the name of AWS underscore AMI and with the Ubuntu local name. So what you have to put, that ID section you have to put. So if you go to this data section, you can see what we have done here. Basically data section is used to filter out, or you can say the query the AWS. Okay, so what it will do, it will go to your AWS account and will search in the using the name filter. It will go to there and search for the Ubuntu. Let me show you on the console as well, so it will be more clear to you. Just like if I want to provision an EC2 instance using the management console. So how can I do that? You have to go to this launch instance. And here you can see, here is an option of choosing your OS. That I want to use Linux or Mac OS I want to use, or I want to use Red Hat or the Ubuntu server or Windows server, whatever you can choose it from. So if I want to use Ubuntu, I can search it here, right? And it will search me this Ubuntu server. So I am writing same thing but in a form of code here. Okay. So I am telling just go to the name filter and search for this value. Search for the Ubuntu 20.04. You can, for this it is basically searching. Okay.
Okay.
So just search it here, and whose virtualization type is HVM. You can see there are virtualization type is also available, HVM. So basically if I want to choose that, I can put it here. And whose owner, it's just an account ID of Ubuntu which officially releases it. So they have put it here. They have directly given the example on the Terraform official site. So basically you can directly put it like that, or if you have the AMI ID, you can just directly copy this one. So basically if you copy it and just paste it here, so it will do the same thing. It will launch your EC2 instance with the Ubuntu 20.0.4 version. Okay. Or if you don't want to go to your console and check what is the AMI ID, so then you can use this data section. It will automatically check and provide the value here.
Okay. In the same way, we can create for the Windows, Linux, and other operating systems.
Correct. So whenever you want to search or query anything in the this AWS console, you can use this data block.
Okay. So in the data block itself, like we can see that filter attributes.
Yes.
So like those will also be different.
Right. Yeah. Right. Just like I want to filter for the Windows, then in the value I will provide that search for the in the name section, search for the Windows machine. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So you can put different filters for which you want to search, and you can provide that value. Okay.
Okay.
Then it will search and automatically provide the value here. It will automatically put that value here, AMI ID, or you can manually put also, just like I recently showed. Just copy it from the console, this one, and just pasted it here. But if you don't want to do the work of going in the console and copy this AMI ID and paste it here, then you can use the data block.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have one more question.
Yes.
As you showed us now that we can create an instance via AWS console. Okay. So what Terraform is doing differently?
Yeah, basically it allowing you to create your infrastructure in form of code. So basically if I created an EC2 instance using console just like this, and I have created an EC2 instance, and if somehow any person or maybe a junior member of your team have deleted that, basically in the production environment, we not have a single server. We have thousands of servers, correct?
Right.
So if I have to create using this method, I have to means I want to create 5 of T2 micro, 5 of different server, 5 Ubuntu server, 5 Windows server. So then I have to do lots of manual work here, right? But if I have this script ready and if some got deleted, I can run that script again and it will be automatically created. I don't have to rework it again. Okay. So it's basically doing an automation of that. It's also important in the form of security because anybody can review your code at any time. It can check everything at a single place. It doesn't have to go to, okay, yeah, my EC2 is there, so I have to go this EC2 instance and anybody has created to VPC, any network or subnets are there. So it have to go to different section. So you can basically check all those things at a single place in your Terraform files.
Yeah, as you already mentioned in your previous videos that like via Terraform, it's easier to trace. Like traceability is easier via.
Right, correct. You got it right. So I have provided all the information which I need to provision my EC2 instance. As I told in my previous video itself, whatever we have created in the Terraform file, we can execute that using the command Terraform apply. Okay.
Yeah.
So what this the command do? Whatever Terraform files is there in this directory. Okay. You don't have to mention the file name. It will take all the files and it will execute that. So before running it, let me run Terraform plan. So what Terraform plan will do? It will show that what Terraform is going to do. It will do nothing, but it just shows me what when you run Terraform apply, what it will do. Okay.
Okay.
It just shows me plan that what is going to be created. Or if you have any error, then it will show that as well. So it will take some moments to create plan. So see, it has shown me a plan. Let me maximize. So it is showing this plus icon will denote the creation of. So this is going to create an resource AWS instance with the AMI ID. You can see this AMI ID is there.
Yes.
It got automatically fetched it out, right? We haven't provided in the ec2.tf. Right, we just told that it will automatically detect it, Ubuntu AMI ID. So it has got automatically fetched it out AMI ID, and it is showing that it is going to create this AWS instance whose AMI ID is going to be this, and it's going to be T2 micro, and rest all the things we will get to know after we will run Terraform apply. Okay.
Okay.
So here you can see all the things which are going to be created along with it. So you can see we are adding one resource and we are going to nothing to change or nothing to destroy.
Yes.
So if we want to execute it, just run the command Terraform apply. One thing I mentioned to forget that we have to mention region here in the credential as well, that I have to make this EC2 instance in the US East 1 region. So now quickly execute the Terraform apply command.
Plan.
Yeah, we have already seen the plan. So now anyway, if you run Terraform apply, it will show you the plan as well along with this. And then we have to provide the value as yes, then only it will proceed. And let's go to our console as well. So as we previously said, we don't have currently any instance in this region. So let me provide the value here as yes. And it should start provisioning my EC2 instance. You can see it is started creating. So now let me refresh it. So you can see a new EC2 instance got created with a name tag of hello world and T2 micro instance. Okay, so it is still in the provisioning. You can see the status, it is still in the pending state. Once it will be in the running state, just now it is in running, so we should get the creation complete, and we also get the instance ID here, that is CC45C. It ended, you can see it is the same EC2 instance which we created. Okay, so this is how you can provision. This is a simple example of provisioning a server, but you can provision anything, whatever you want to do, anything in the cloud with the help of Terraform. Okay, so it give a successful message that one resource has got added and your apply is got completed. So right, so as now our demo is completed, we have successfully provisioned an EC2 instance, and if you want to delete that instance, whatever you created, just run the command terraform destroy. So it will automatically destroy the infrastructure which you have created in a single moment. So here you can see whenever I run a command, here a temporary file got created of Terraform state lock, so that any other person doesn't interact with the same time, so that it will cause an error, conflicting error. So it will detect who is creating this, and it will store all this information by you maintaining this Terraform state locking file. Okay, which I already explained in my previous of the videos. So I have provided to destroy all the resources. It is showing me that what it is going to be destroyed. So it is now showing the minus red icon, and this is going to be null. All the values going to be null. It always shows us before that what it is going to do. So you can see 1 to destroy, and it got destroyed. If we see the console itself, then you can see its state should be in the terminated. Okay. So now that EC2 instance got terminated, you can see here as well we got the success message that destroy is completed and resource is destroyed. So that's all in this demo. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe our channel. See you in the next video. Bye.